Hello, everyone. I am Divine Celiane. How are you doing? How are you doing? My loves, I wanted to talk to you today about something kind of serious. And I'm trying to, when I speak to you, right, there's a way we speak to try to make sure that the perception gets across correctly. That's why sometimes you see me pause for a moment, because I know what needs to be said, but it's the picture that needs to be painted for you that I have problems with. So let me get there. Many of you know the Matrix movie, right? Okay. I'm going to reference that movie in a different way. So let me begin with this. There are many things seen and unseen that you all do not understand, and you don't understand what's at play. You are a commodity, okay? If you really want to look at the political sphere, the economic sphere, the psychological sphere, business, all of that, then you must see you as a commodity. You must understand that you, as an energetic commodity, are bought and sold every day, and you don't even know or understand you are. Let me explain. Everyone knows Jim Carrey, right? And everyone attributes him to talking about how your energy. But you don't understand why you and how you are. Okay? So let me kind of break it down like this, and this is going to be there's going to be a part 2, probably part 3. So let me break it down to you like this. From the moment you were conceived, you were electromagnetic energy. That is what jump-started your cells, your DNA, and everything. Okay? Your brain waves move on electromagnetic energy. Your aura field is electromagnetic energy. You are energy. And being and seeing how energy is never created nor destroyed, it always is. You always have been. We all have been a part of the all mind. We are all small fragments of the all mind. Do you follow me so far? Now, the all mind, it can be source, greater being, what else have you. It's bigger than God. Okay? There are hierarchies to gods and spirits. I keep trying to tell people. Listen very carefully what I'm saying. You're a commodity because you're energy, and your energy is expensive. Your energy is so expensive, it's priceless. There is no dollar figure you can put on it. Now, here's how expensive you are. You get downloads, you have chakras, you have meridians. All of those things navigate and manage and balance your energy. The nuclei in your cells has infinite, limitless potential, action potential, and kinetic energy. You are nothing but an energy house. Like Matrix said, you are a battery. And you are. And on top of that, humans in particular house, if you want to call it the God particle, houses the God particle naturally. Not an artificial made that they have in the damn laboratory that they keep trying to activate with nuclear fission. Anyway, back to you. So, you're a commodity. You are bought, sold, and traded every day, all day, by people you don't even know and understand, and by beings that are not even from here. Okay? That is how expensive you are. Now, the more evolved you are, the higher your frequency, amplitude, and wavelength. It is not just your frequency. When you look at a wave in physics, you look at all of those: amplitude, wavelength, okay, and frequency. You look at all three, because all the three of those deals with you. Okay, Now, if you want to dim a battery, what do? You misuse. You abuse, right? What happens to us when you abuse and misuse us? Our mental capacity turns against ourselves, which dims our energy, which means we end up being lower vibrational, which means we end up bringing in more of that energy instead of stuff of the good energy where we are supposed to be and where we resonate, because we house a God. I want you to understand what it means to have the energy of housing a God. If you do not understand that, you do not understand yourself, and then you don't understand what God means and what a God is. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying this to you. If you don't believe me of how high of a commodity you are, then why do we hear stories about destiny swapping? Why do we hear stories about families being killed and replaced for someone so they can keep making that money? So they can keep them in control. So they can control the what? Decisions and energy of people. You control the mind. You control the energy. You control the vessel. That's why they need control. And it's funny because people want to sit up and call people crazy when they know something is wrong. Of course, we know something is wrong. We have an auric and electromagnetic field to tell us that something is wrong and something's in our energy that shouldn't be there, even if unseen. You were born with all these gifts to be able to know. They lowered you so you wouldn't remember who you truly are. If you were not a rare commodity, they wouldn't spend so much time cloning and trying to brainwash, would they? They wouldn't spend so much time trying to break up the twin flames that is needed to lead the other couples and to bring in the new Eden the way it really is and not the lie that was written. If you weren't such a rare commodity, they wouldn't work so hard and suppress the real truth behind Eve and Lilith and the feminine power and what it really is. If you weren't a really rare commodity, they wouldn't have to lie to you about who you really are. And they wouldn't have a problem that you would find out. They wouldn't buy and sell you for a price to use your energy and then be a beacon for everybody else out there on the TV and the stage. They buy and sell you all the time, and y'all are not privy or don't see it. But when you hear these stories, you're like, that's not true. Like BJ Penn. That shit is real. They do it all the time. Why are you saying that what he's saying is a lie and crazy? Isn't it funny? Those who had squeaky clean careers until they wouldn't allow themselves to be fucked by another person that's the same sex or something like that, or have to buy their way in with their ass. When they refused to do that, all of a sudden they were crazy. They had child pornography on their computers. They had accidents by cars trying to kill them. They had people trying to shoot them. Crazy shit that you never heard of. And their standby is, oh, that person is crazy. That's their old standby. Or something so egregious where no one would listen to them. And half of the masses are asleep and stupid, so they don't. Except for the chosen ones who know exactly what the fuck they do. And victim to it. So we don't give a fuck about saying anything and speaking out about it, because we know it's the truth. Oh yeah, there'll definitely be a part 2 to this one. Stand by. Namaste. Hello y'all, part 2. So, the grand lie is, and that's told to you, there's no system set in place to keep you in control. You're free. You get to do whatever you want, really. Look at all the nations the whole world over and look at their governments. Look what has to happen for the people to rise up, to move out others that are trying to keep them down. And all of them all the world over act the same. It don't matter whether it's Asiatic government, Arab government, American government. It doesn't matter. Most of them all act the fucking same when they get power. But the real power is energy, and they're trying to use the power of perception to be the real power. No. The power of perception is exactly what it is. It doesn't mean it's the truth. It's the truth for the person that sees it. You are a battery. So let's break that down. You being energy equals you are a battery, and you feed a system that you did not create, that you were placed into. And you were patted on your head and told you to sit up and follow like a good boy or a good girl and do exactly what we tell you to do. And then you have the chosen who said, fuck you, no, we were not. And that is why our life was a lot harder, because they tried to create things to make us follow, to make it easier. No, because we already had our assignment. We were already programmed before we got into this system with our assignment. And when you cross into this one, they make sure you forget. So a lot of us forgot. Until there's some of us that sat up and said, I know there's more to this bullshit than this. What is it? Because this ain't it. And what do? Steal money from your bank accounts and you can't explain it. Lose your job and people are saying things about you that was never true in the first place. Sit up here and you trying to get a job, but then there's these backdoor systems where these businesses put in things about certain people, and you can look up what people have said about you at past jobs and you don't even fucking know about it. You get up and you go to your car and you know someone's been in your car and fucking with your car just for them to let you know that we can get to you at any time. So fucking what? With social media and your ground people that you come in and replace and sit up there and brainwash and all this shit, we know you can get to us at any fucking time, and we can get to you at any fucking time too. But you can't get to what we wield. Can you? No, because we don't wield it for you. See, you better start walking around understanding the power you have that they don't want you to know you have. Mr. Penn is not crazy. The Hollywood machine and the entertainment machine has done this shit for years. What the hell you think clones are? Like we don't know our blood. We know our blood. We know when someone's been replaced. We know when someone is not supposed to be there. You cannot fake our aura field, and you cannot fake our intuition. You cannot fool it. You cannot fake it. And we know fake. Hence when I said we know fake. He's not crazy at all. There are so many celebrities that are higher up that gatekeep and kill folks so they don't take their fucking position, instead of moving out the way when your time is done and sitting the fuck down. Or better yet, the people who don't see that if everyone prospers, we all prosper more. But for some reason, they can't get that stupid fucking idea in their head that when we all prosper, we keep prospering. That was the real message of Neotech by the real founder, Frank Wallace, not this fake ass shit by his son. So you've been programmed to believe a simulation right in front of your face. I want you to understand. Right in front of your face. They are screwing you right in front of your face. This whole game of this plane literally is for you to not remember who you are, how great you are, how powerful you are. Some of you stay lower vibration, but a small number of you are too fucking powerful, and they don't want prophecy fulfilled, which is those that wake up. We fight. Those that stay asleep, they get this keeping the same. But everyone knows prophecy will be fulfilled. And their time is up, which they know it is. It's been up. And they've kept going. And that is why to every action, there's a greater equal reaction to what they've been doing. That is why people are waking up the way they are. They don't seem to understand. We respond and are proactive based on what the fuck they do. And since they don't change how they do things, and it's so calculable to those of us that pay attention, they don't understand. They're the reason why the prophecy comes true in the first fucking place. The harder you try to hold on to it, the harder you try to hold on to control, the more you try to do shit for beings that don't even fucking belong here, the more we ascend. Because you don't understand the law of opposites and how it works. My loves, when they tell you to wake up, they're talking about, thank you, they're talking about seeing who you are. And the only way you can is by loving who you are. Even if you don't understand you, you don't have to understand you. You just need to start by loving you. It is that simple and that complicated. I promise you, loving you gets you back to you solving your traumas and you seeing them and walking through them and healing them. But all the whole while you're gaining understanding, you're gaining perception, you're seeing who you really are, what you're really capable of, what you really can do. And then when you get to that level where you can see what everyone else can do, and you start to appreciate what everyone else can do because they're like you, you start to see that everyone is your tribe that's there. Then no hate needs to exist because you're all working in one accord. You all understand that we're all needed. It's all love. We're all here for the purpose of love. The only ones that don't move in love, and I need you to watch these fucking people, are the ones, not that they don't understand love, they don't know anything about it. And that lets you know who's human and who's not. The jealousy tells you. When they don't understand, talk to someone and look in their face and see how much they understand about love. As you come to understand it, see. And you will see the ones that's constantly turning it away, talking down about it, making fun of it and shit like that because they can't understand it. They don't have access to it. That's not a human. And non-humans don't understand love at all. Not one bit. Watch. And the ones that want to blame everyone else and gatekeep and do all that shit, those are the ones that's doing this shit. So they can hold on to power. What fucking power? You will have none when you leave this place. What fucking power do you have? But your own energy you can wield. So since these other beings that don't belong here, don't have it, they try to take yours. Because they don't have their own. They can't wield what you can wield. We're going to do a part 3 on that. Now we're going to really dig into you. Okay, part 3, last one. Okay, so in looking at government programs, okay, we're talking about the 1940s. We have all these MK Ultras. We have all of these programs, all of these psychological and magical programs, okay, that would test people from when they were babies, see if they had a propensity to do this, that, and all this other kind of bullshit. The countries the whole world over have done this shit. This is nothing new. This is how you're used. Again, if you weren't that important, they wouldn't poison your fucking food. They wouldn't poison your water. They wouldn't poison your air. Excuse me. They wouldn't manipulate the ley lines and the vibrations of the earth to just control. They wouldn't do so much to control you. If you weren't that important when you speak out, they wouldn't try to make you homeless and discredit you and try to make you kill yourself by stealing your shit like they did Tesla. If you weren't so important, they would ignore you. I know many of you have had weird fucking happenings happening to you that have no explanation, make no sense. I know you have. I know you have had people show up out the blue that wasn't supposed to show up and they're no fucking good. I know you have them family members like, that cannot be my fucking family. I know. Because a lot of times what you feel is right. And they want you to believe you're crazy. See, this is why you can't care what people think of you when they sit up there and talk. But I love this age. You know why? Because this is the age of information. And a lot of time when people talk, they produce the fucking receipts. And trust me, there's receipts to this shit. All kinds. They want to call people crazy. They want to say that people have done these crimes that they haven't fucking done, but they think that they can control because they have the money. They want to break into people's bank accounts to see what they have, to make sure that they don't get seen. You know what? I'm so tired of these beings thinking that they're fucking God and they're not. Not mine. And the funny thing is, we will have nothing to do with them. But they will pick on us out the blue because of the power we hold, and they can't have it. Now, they've stole some people's energies. Yes. They've stole people's patents. They've done all this shit. They keep some of us broke ass poor. They will go in your sleep and they will take memories out, or they will confuse you and shit like that. This is why I said you have to pay attention to the in-between spaces. Sorry about that, y'all. So, but confirmation. So, my love, rule number 1 of this plane: anything is permitted. Everything is possible. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Everything is perception. And for some of you, your perception is true. For other of you, the same perception is not. That's why perception is truth. There are universal truths. Those are truths. And those are your universal laws. Those are the only things they could not fucking manipulate to make not true. Every other rule, every other thing on this plane can be and is false, because it's all based on perception. Do you understand? And how you perceive it is what is true for you. Number 1. Number 2, what you think, what you say, and what you do will be for you. This is how powerful your energy field is. What you think you do when you manifest. You are doing that. You create. You are the creator of your universe, your individual universe. That's how powerful you are. You don't ever give up your individual universe to no fucking body. If you knew how expensive you are, and no, you cannot measure it in a dollar amount. That dollar don't mean shit. If you understood how expensive you are, how your DNA matches and mirrors the DNA of the universe, the actual matrix of the universe is found in your subatomic particle levels of your body. If you understood that, if you understood your cells in your nuclei, how they're their own system, right? And in that nucleus is every detail about you and everyone, and limitless power. You talking about nuclear fusion or fission? Look at your nucleus. Try to crack that nucleus. And what power is released when you do. See, some of y'all are reading the wrong shit and not looking. Science has never been separate from spirituality, ever, because spirituality is the power and science is the horse behind it. They work in tandem, hand in hand, and humans have known this because they were taught this by those beyond. To the ones that like to manipulate, because those beyond like to manipulate and control shit. You're not my species. Don't talk to me. So anyway, as I'm saying, Just because you think it ain't real, that's not true. Just because you can't see it and you can't feel it, that's not true. You don't see the God in you, but you see it when you do certain things. When you love, you get that understanding and those answers. That's the God in you, right? Now, how expensive would it be to control a God? I'll wait. Isn't that what you are? Isn't that the power you wield? You're just in a flesh suit, so you can't do everything because you don't remember it's not there yet. But the clairs are, the intuition is, the auric field is, the electrical impulses in your brain and your central nervous system is. You walk it every day. You're a walking miracle every day. You're a walking powerhouse every moment. You think your government don't know? You think these country governments don't know? Why the fuck do you think slavery stayed around so long? You're a commodity. Your children are a commodity. You better start learning now. You don't share you with everyone. They're not worthy of it. You don't give your energy to everyone. You don't give your body, your temple to everyone where you house your God. If they're not worthy, you don't lay down with someone less. No, you don't give it away because you don't want to deal with it and you're just tired. No, you continue to fight. And that's what the chosen do. They continue to fight. Every time they come up in our face with some bullshit, here we come. Because that's what we're here for. We're here for that job. And it does demand everything. I want you to get them fucking rose-colored glasses off. See how expensive you are. See why they try to control you. See why they need to. And you decide yes or no. It's a choice. I'm just trying to present the choice to you because they kind of forgot to do that. They kind of forgot to tell you you had a choice to this puzzle piece, to this prison. Because when you say no, even though they try to supersede it, they can't supersede your will. Because you also carry the will of God. They can't supersede it. Hence why my father was telling you how to live. That's why. Because you're better than that. And you're giving away your power for scraps. Not anymore. What did Flavor Flav say? You got to pay me, boy. And there ain't shit you could pay me to use my energy. So you tell him you better get the fuck out. It's not for sale. And yeah, there's sacrifices that come with that. Understand that. There are. Are you willing to pay them? I love you. Namaste.